Hi everyone and welcome back to TAINA Tips. Today Sean and I are walking through something that sounds like it should be uniform across the globe, CARF implementation at the jurisdiction level. This is, after all, the new global standard for crypto asset reporting, but as we all know, implementation across jurisdictions is anything but standardized.
Yeah, exactly, Keir. CARF gives us a framework, but every jurisdiction seems determined to give it their own special flavor. So let's take a quick tour around the world of how different countries are rolling this out.
Let's start with the UK. What catches people off guard is that the UK isn't just adopting CARF, they've layered domestic reporting requirements on top of it. So even though CARF is generally being created for cross-border information exchanges, firms in the UK will also end up reporting crypto activities domestically as well. This is not happening everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. And like with reporting a user's place of birth, for example, CARF leaves domestic reporting up to each jurisdiction. The framework and the XML schema allows for it, but it's not mandatory.
Now let's hop to the EU. Under DAC 8, which is the EU's CARF implementation, the theme is simple: comply or pay.
And by pay, we don't mean a slap on the wrist. Penalties can reach up to €1 million for noncompliance. And in some member states, there's a fine of €150,000 per violation. Each individual reporting breach can add up fast.
Which means if your data quality controls, onboarding procedures, or reporting pipelines aren't tight, DAC 8 can become extremely expensive problem.
Next stop, we'll cross the Atlantic to Brazil. Brazil has gone all in on frequency. They require monthly reporting of crypto transactions. And this starts later this year in July.
Yep, no annual cycle, no see you next tax year. It's a recurring monthly obligation. So CASPs serving Brazilian users need continuous data readiness, not an end of year scramble. The scramble could feel like it's happening always. South Africa is one of the most interesting deviations. They've taken the wide approach, meaning CASPs must report all users, not just those in AEOI partner jurisdictions.
And here's the kicker: even offshore CASPs are in scope if they have a nexus and provide services to South African residents. So you don't have to be physically in South Africa to fall under their rules.
Plus, the definition of in-scope assets is very broad. Fungible tokens, all NFTs, and many tokenized rights. Essentially, anything transferable or tradable. We might see offshore CASPs refuse to service South Africans because of this.
Exactly. And South Africa isn't playing around. If it moves on blockchain and can change hands, assume that you need to report it.
Let's wrap up in India, which focuses less on CARF style exchange and more on heavy tax enforcement.
Yeah, India applies a 1% withholding tax, they call it TDS, on most crypto transfers, plus a flat 30% tax on crypto profits. It's one of the strictest tax regimes globally.
And because the withholding hits every trade, it impacts liquidity and behavior, which is why India's approach feels very different from the other CARF jurisdictions. It's not just about reporting, it's about deterrence.
So the takeaway is simple: CARF may be a global standard.
But its real world implementation is far from global uniformity.
Yep, depending on where CAS and their users are, your compliance obligations can change drastically.
We'll continue monitoring these differences as more jurisdictions roll out their rules. Thanks for watching TAINA Tips. See you next time.